History 6. Augustus, the Birth of Empire. In the chill of late September, in 63 BCE, a child named Gaius Octavius was born into an ambitious Roman family. His mother, Attia, was the niece of Julius Caesar, a connection that would later shape his destiny. At this time, Rome was a turbulent republic filled with rivalries, corruption, and the looming threat of civil war. Though few could have guessed it, this fragile infant would one day bring both order and transformation to Rome, turning it from a republic into an empire under his own rule. The true turning point came in 44 BCE, when Julius Caesar was murdered on the Ides of March. The republic fell into chaos, and in Caesar's will, Octavian, just 19 years old, was named his adopted son and heir. Despite his youth and inexperience, Octavian boldly raised an army and returned to Rome to claim his inheritance. This act astonished the political world, for here was a teenager who stood ready to challenge Rome's most seasoned generals and politicians, driven by both ambition and duty to his fallen uncle. Soon, Octavian forged an uneasy alliance with Mark Antony and Lepidus, forming the Second Triumvirate in 43 BCE. Together, they unleashed brutal proscriptions, eliminating rivals, and reshaping Roman politics through blood and fear. 2 years later, in 42 BCE, the triumvirs crushed Caesar's assassins, Brutus and Cassius, at the Battle of Philippi. With the last defenders of the Republic destroyed, Antony and Octavian divided Rome's vast territories, setting the stage for yet another struggle. Who would ultimately rule all of Rome? Conflict was inevitable, and Octavian slowly outmaneuvered his rivals. He strengthened his hold over Italy through the Perusine War, and secured Rome's grain supply after Agrippa's naval victory over Sextus Pompey in 36 BCE. Lepidus was sidelined, leaving only Antony as a serious threat. That threat ended in 31 BCE at the Battle of Actium, where Octavian's fleet crushed Antony and Cleopatra. Their suicides the following year in Alexandria ended decades of civil war, and Octavian emerged as the sole master of the Roman world. With victory secured, Octavian returned to Rome in triumph. He staged great celebrations and declared peace, closing the doors of the Temple of Janus, a symbol that war had finally ended. In 27 BCE, he presented himself as a restorer of the Republic, cleverly disguising his absolute power. The Senate granted him the name Augustus, meaning the revered one, and entrusted him with extraordinary powers, while allowing him to appear as the first citizen. This delicate balance between reality and illusion laid the foundation of the Roman Principate. Over the following decades, Augustus wove his authority into every part of Roman life. Through religious revival, grand building projects, and public ceremonies, he created the image of a ruler favored by the gods. He revived the secular games, built the Ara Pacis to celebrate peace, and in 12 BCE became Rome's chief priest, Pontifex Maximus. His Forum of Augustus, crowned with the Temple of Mars altar, became a lasting monument to his vision of Rome's glory. The people hailed him as Pater Patriae, Father of the Country, a title that symbolized his role as Rome's protector and guide. Yet Augustus knew power was fragile unless secured for the future. He carefully arranged his succession, adopting Tiberius, and ensuring the Julio-Claudian line would follow him. He reformed the army, creating a special treasury to pay veterans, binding their loyalty not to the Senate, but to the emperor himself. Rome's frontiers stretched wide, though not without setbacks, most famously in AD 9, when 3 Roman legions were annihilated in the Teutoburg forest, a wound that haunted Augustus and defined the empire's northern limits. On the 19th of August in AD 14, Augustus died at the age of 75. His body was carried through Rome in a solemn procession, and his successor, Tiberius, took power without resistance. The republic that Augustus claimed to preserve had long since vanished, replaced by an imperial system wrapped in republican tradition. His reign brought stability after generations of bloodshed, and though later emperors would rise and fall, the system he created endured for centuries. Augustus had reshaped Rome forever, leaving behind not just an empire of power, but also a legacy of order, peace, and a vision of Rome's eternal destiny.